this is my, I think about 150 square foot studio apartment, if you will. I like to call it more of a room. But I am here by myself. It is downtown Toronto. What I like about this apartment is like these two big windows, and I'm facing the back of the building, so I'm looking out into the backyard. I mean, it's not the nicest view, but also it does give me a lot of light and more privacy because I'm not just looking into like someone else's window. I'm gonna give you guys a tour of this tiny living, no kitchen. I'm kind of gonna say what things started off before, like how I was living before. Here, let me put you down. So, hi guys. Before I was living in Midtown Toronto in a pretty big 3-bedroom apartment. My room was actually the size of this entire apartment. Like, it might have even been a little bit bigger. I shared a washroom with, well, I shared a shower with 2 of the girls, and then there was also a half bath in the master bedroom. So she had her own toilet, but the 3 of us shared a shower. So I lived there for 2.5 years. I paid just under $900 a month for the room, and I also paid, and then my hydro and like internet bill would be like $50 a month. So it got closer to like, I want to say about let's say $925 a month for everything. And then the other thing was that I was paying for parking. So the way that that building worked was I got 8 free days of parking outside. So then I would do weekly permits, and those weekly permits were $25 a week for visitor parking because my street didn't have parking. So I'd have to go like a block down, park down there. Every week I would have to get a new permit and change it. And that was costing me $25 a week, so $75 a month. That brings us up to like $1,000 because that building for indoor parking in the garage was $130 a month, which I didn't want to do. So moving to this apartment downtown, I pay $1,000 all inclusive except for Wi-Fi. I got an internet plan for $50 a month, so that means I'm paying and 2 months free, and it's not on a contract, so I'm paying $1,000 plus $50 a month, so $1,050 every month. And then my parking, I got street parking from the city now, so that is like $55 per term, so 6 months, so about $110 a year, which is a huge difference. So I'm saving in a lot of different ways. I'm saving in the fact that I'm basically paying the same amount in rent that I would have been paying to share with 2 other people, but now I live by myself, which I think is a plus. Obviously I have to make some sacrifices, we'll show that in this video. But then also I save in the fact that I'm not paying $75 a month in parking anymore. I'm paying that, like less than that for every 6 months. And then I also, now that I'm downtown, I can walk to work. So the biggest cost of my living personally, this was how I was living, was off of transportation. So I have a car, so it was costing me a lot for parking and then gas, but also I didn't drive every day to work. I would take the TTC because who's going to drive to work and try to find parking downtown Toronto? That would just be another expense. So I was spending over $100 in like in the subway, for sure, at least $100 a month at the subway. So now I walk home from work every day, and I'm going to be saving there. The other way that I'm saving is in parking. Those are the two biggest things for sure for now. I know that once I show you a little bit more, definitely there's a lot of people who couldn't live like this. I personally don't like cooking, so living without appliances like that are not a big deal to me. I never grew up even using a dishwasher, so that's going to be the biggest thing that I'm going to show you. Is the fact that I don't have a kitchen sink is a big issue, but my dad is going to be installing a kitchen sink into the washroom, and it will be like I'm doing my dishes in the washroom, which is fine for me. But I even downsized, so I'll show you guys the fridge that I have now. So I used to have, the apartment came with like a full fridge, And I downsized from a full fridge. It's actually right there. It's sitting outside. That's the full fridge right there. And I downsized to this fridge. So for me, it just made sense because the space is so small. I decided that I didn't need more than this, especially since I can't really cook in here. The things that I got, sorry guys, I'm out of breath. The things that I got for cooking was, I haven't used this yet, is like this countertop oven and this, I guess it's a hot plate. I haven't yet used it because I don't have the kitchen sink and I don't want to have to make that work in this tiny sink. So really I've just gotten like countertop food is what I'm calling it. Fresh fruits, a lot of snacks. I've been eating out a lot, which I do a lot anyways. But this is the kitchen. So not exactly a kitchen, but there's cupboards. The best thing about moving in here was that I got the keys 2 weeks early. So me and my friend were able to come in here and actually paint and clean and make it livable. So if you see the space, everything is like freshly painted white. It's very clean. I'm a very clean person. There's a lot of stuff already done to this place, even though I've only lived here for a week. So I'm gonna start to point those things out. So again, first thing that made this place work was the fact that I was able to get these the keys 2 weeks early without paying any extra money. Basically the space was vacant and I just had an agreement with my landlord that because I was going to be making all of these improvements, it was worthwhile for the both of us for me to just move in early, because it would have been horrible to move in here and have nothing been done. Like the walls were really gross. Honestly, it wasn't that dirty in here. It's mainly the floors that really bothered me. They're like 2 different tiles and the tiles went all the way up the wall, but we just painted this and it looks way better, just white instead of this kind of tile. Sorry, there's also still like a bit of paint. I've been trying to get it out. I've gotten most of it out. So that was a thing that really helped, was painting. We even got like plaster or whatever and filled in all the cracks, on the windowsill, and it made a huge difference. It looks like it's new. It's just like way cleaner and crisper. And then these windows are actually new, which is nice. The fact that they don't have old windows is great. So there's these 2 big windows, which is great. We installed these that I really like. And actually my dad couldn't put them facing the other way. It's actually supposed to be the other way. You can't really tell, but because it was too close to the wall, it didn't fit. So he just turned it around and I'm using it like this. And it literally looks like it's supposed to be this way, so it's totally fine. So I really like those. This window's a bit smaller, so the blind is also a bit smaller. One thing, I just got internet yesterday, which was freaking exciting. I'm gonna mount this modem on the wall. It's really big, which is kind of annoying, but that's okay. I'm gonna try and slow down because I'm running out of breath. Okay, so there's that. That is something that I really like, is these windows. Now let's move on to this unit that we sort of created, this like closet. This I'm really proud of. This is one of the things that I needed to be done right away because of like closet space. There's obviously no closet in here. So again, my dad being handy how he is, he's a contractor, so that was another huge thing that made this possible, was the fact that he is so handy and willing to help me. So he installed this bar. It was very cheap. We got it from IKEA. It's nothing fancy. It has 3 supports, one on that side, one in the middle, one at the end, and it's just a pole. And it is just a open closet. So the way that I'm able to use that is just the step ladder here that I've tucked in. So that was 40 bucks from Walmart. I couldn't find anything cheaper. I did look around, but 40 bucks was the best that I could find. So I have that step ladder and I can use it to get up there and hang my clothes. I got a bunch of these baskets, whatever you want to call them, from IKEA. They were 3 for $20. I think I'm gonna get more of them just to make this look cleaner. But I got like these random baskets from like Winners, Marshalls, even Dollarama, because I was just eager to fill it all up. So something that I love that we did was, and also like everything just like fits perfectly. The thing that annoyed me was that this light switch is kind of behind here, but to be able to make everything fit on this wall, I kind of had to put this in front of it for now. The thing that I love that I was saying was tucking this fridge in. So we took out a couple of these shelves, took them out, so I think there was 2 or 3, took them out, tucked the fridge in to be a little bit more hidden, and then put the printer on top of that, some paper on top of that. It's all very clean and organized. And then what we did with those shelves was we used them again on this wall. So these two shelves are pre-existing, and then we just got these from IKEA. They were $2 each, which means 2, 4, 6, 8. This cost $8. My dad installed them, and I think it looks adorable in the space. It just like perfectly fits. If you can see, it's like literally perfect. And even the mirror, like I had this mirror before, and it just seems to be like this is where it was supposed to exist. So I love that for us. I really like this wall too. It's like super cute. This mirror, the shelves, then we go over here. All these cupboards were painted white again. They're pretty cheap plywood, so it just did not look cute. I can do before pictures. But we even took out the handles that were really gross and old and installed these tiny little ones. We're gonna fill these holes and even it out. Like if you can see, they don't align. So my dad's gonna fix all that. But for now, we just put these little tiny cute knobs in. I think again, they were like, a pack of 2 was $6 or something from IKEA. This is the top of an old coffee table that I had in my apartment. I don't know if I love it, but I'm gonna keep it here for now because it sort of complements all the other dark colors that I have going on in this space. So there's that. I put all my books and frames and little knickknacks and things up there, which I thought was really cute. This is gonna be hanging up on the wall. This is another shelf from IKEA. We just built it last night. I was thinking to put it up here just above the outlet, so it's kind of like a side table, but also during the day this would look more like a day bed, I think, with that up there. I don't know, we'll see. The thing that I was not willing to do with compromising was I was not willing to compromise my bed. I absolutely love my bed. It's a queen bed. I got it pretty recently, like last year. I live in my bed, so I did not want to downsize. I did have to get rid of my bed frame. As you can see, it's just sitting on the floor right now. But I'm going to be getting a new cheap frame just to lift up the bed and then be able to push more storage underneath. So it's just sitting on the floor for now. But yeah, I was totally unwilling to compromise. I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind in the future. But I think there's going to be enough space in here to put a couple chairs and a little desk that folds, a little table that folds down out of the wall, and I'll be super comfortable. So that's my bed. I'm in love with it. I was thinking I want to leave this wall blank because everything is so open. I don't want it to start to seem really cluttered. So I was thinking on this wall just to do like a bit of paneling or something, maybe like a wallpaper to make it more homey, but also not just seem like a blank wall. For this one, I was thinking to just put more storage because I could always use more storage. Even between these two windows, thinking of putting these shelves and doing the same thing that we did on this wall and put 3 shelves going up in the middle between these two windows for more storage. And then the reason I want to do that, this is just garbage that I haven't thrown out. The reason why I want to do that is to put this steamer, I'm going to be able to put this steamer tucked in here once I take these shelves out. The reason I have to do that is because we're going to be uninstalling, sorry, this is not a cute look. We're going to be uninstalling this sink and going to be putting in a vanity and kitchen sink in this space. We're basically going to go as big as we possibly can without it looking too cramped because I obviously need a kitchen sink. It's super important, so we're going to do that. Here, let me just put this away. It's bothering me. Hi guys. So, not wearing any makeup. It's my birthday in a couple days and I want my skin to be clear, so I didn't put on any makeup. Hopefully that helps my skin clear. I'll just put this over here. Ooh. And now we can continue without that bothering me. So these mirrors were here before. I didn't mind them. They were pretty cute. The sink is gonna go, and I couldn't get rid of these stains, probably from people washing their dishes for however many years in this sink. I'm gonna have to find a new place for this when the new sink comes in. The toilet's actually pretty nice. The shower's also pretty nice. It actually comes with a bathtub. It's rather small, but I'm also a small gal, so it doesn't really matter. Like, this also was here before. I just put my stuff there. It's pretty cute. The pressure is pretty good. These tiles are not bad. They're pretty clean. I don't like the tiles in the bathroom because they just look really old and just not cute. Maybe in the future, if I end up living here for a couple years, we might just change this. Because again, my dad's pretty good at that stuff and can do it for a very affordable way and in a very short amount of time. So it would be worth it for us because, of course, it's still a rental. So we don't want to put in a crazy amount of money. But also at the same time, I want to be comfortable and have a nice life, y'all know. We installed this, again, from IKEA. I think it was about 40 to 50 bucks. My dad installed that for me. I have a couple kitchen stuff up there, but as well as just more storage. Once I get the vanity, I'll be able to put more kitchen stuff like dish, sponges, things like that for cleaning. I'm excited for that. I can definitely do an update video once all these other little improvements have been made so you guys can see. But that is the bathroom. Not a bad size. I'm pretty comfortable in there. I actually like this bathroom. I think it's pretty cute. I'm happy about the bathtub. We installed this. This was a couple bucks. So yeah, bathroom is good. Let me think of what else I haven't shown you guys. Yeah, I think there's just, I've kind of told you all the improvements we're going to be making. Just put this like these hooks up for the jackets. I wanted to leave this door blank because, again, I just didn't want it to look too cluttered. So having it closed, I didn't want like more clothes just like, oh, that's funny. More clothes just hanging off of there. I thought it would look better like this. Maybe in the future painting that door like a different color or at least white to just make it look cleaner. You can see it's a bit off-white. I think that would just clean it up a bit. I don't know what else to tell you. Oh, there's like some shoes in there because that was a big thing. I did not know where to put my shoes. So there's a bunch of shoes in here. And then cleaning supplies in here. I don't have garbages yet. I'm just putting my garbage in paper or plastic bags and then throwing it out right away. But there's also not a lot of storage for food. Have just a few things. That's how it is for now. Not a whole lot going on yet, but making it work. And then I think that's about it. Yeah, 150 square feet. Like I said, I personally have been loving it. Living here for a week now. It's been really good. Having internet too makes it feel like such a home, so that's been really good. And it's a really quiet building. I don't know my neighbors yet, but there's like 8 people who live here. And yeah, I'm pretty comfortable, pretty cozy. I think it's a good way for people if they want to live alone. I think I got a good deal on this living downtown. I mean, it shouldn't be the price that it is, but with the market, it's like absolutely insane. I was looking at places that were closer to $1,400, $1,500 a month, and they were like worse than this, and not even in a good area. So there was no way that I was going to do that. It was either something like this, 150 square feet, or it was basically move back home into my parents' house because there's no way I was going to pay $1,400 for a basement, nor could I afford that. So this has been really, really good for me so far, and I'm excited to see how it grows and changes over time. And as soon as I bring in plants in here and make it more of a home, obviously right now I'm doing a pretty good job, but it's still a little bare. But yeah, this is my way of living in downtown Toronto. I'm turning 25 on Monday, and you know, the older I was getting, the more decisions I had to make in terms of where I was like going in life. I didn't know if I should stay in the city because it was getting so expensive, or if I should leave. And this is the first time I've ever made a commitment and signed a contract or a lease to stay for a year. So that's pretty crazy. It's all about just like adulting and growing up. But I think I am, you know, comfortable with the decision I've made, and my lifestyle, my personality suits tiny living. And I also think that it's everyone should downsize in some way or another, or minimize stuff. So I am, yeah, pretty okay with it. I hope you guys liked this tiny apartment tour. I will do an update whenever, you know, the update happens. So yeah, okay, thanks guys. Bye.